Yo, welcome back to another video. It's the off the 28th of August, so a day after I recorded my manga haul. Reasoning I got so much manga uh, at the beginning of the month and towards the end of the month. It's how I was coping with my dog passing away at the beginning of the month. Um, yeah, shopping therapy, retail therapy, per se. Normally I read or game, but that was how I chose to grieve uh, this time. I There's no picture or anything for him because he was a Boston Terrier. If you would like to know what he looked like, just look up Boston Terrier, and yeah, he was like 17, 18, fairly old, 16, maybe 17. Yeah. Anyway, enough with the depressing stuff. Well, sorta. There will be some depressing things in this reading log. But first up, as you can see, I read Jujutsu Kaisen. Volume 11 was really, really fire. Loved it. I can't wait for Volume 12. It might be one of those My Hero Academia situations where I just can't wait and I just read it on the Shonen Jump app. But we'll see. A lot is going down right now we're in number 11, volume 11. A lot went down. We're really seeing the training our characters have done. We're seeing like the outcome, the results per se. Really good. This, as you can tell, this is not relevant. This is in chapter 1 of JJK, or like the first volume. Not relevant. I just figured I'd throw up something JJK related. Next up, Hell's Paradise, Volume 9. Really, really good. I know we only have like a couple volumes left, and that's the complete series or something. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. But some more exciting fights went on. And pick it up, give it a read. You know, like, fucking Gabimaru showed some real, like, development. Like, he's like, you know, the main character, aside from his, the companion. I don't remember her name, but yes. There was another thing that went down. It really is showing like how these characters have grown together, and it's really cool to see it all go down. Next up, Inside Mari, Volume 2. Really, really good. I enjoyed this immensely. I do want to get the rest. I'm not going to get any more manga until I finish what I have. And so that probably won't be until October. Well, I think the next volume of manga I will get will be Berserk number 8, and then that's it. Then I'll read what I've got. But Inside Mari, you know, in this second volume, a lot was explored. And, you know, the mystery keeps spreading. Like, you know, first we have this instance, and then it keeps getting wider and wider and wider. And I'm really, you know, the mystery sucks you in. Like, you want to know, like, what's going on, what's happening with these characters. And there are like 8 volumes of Inside Mari, so yeah, I can't wait to get the rest eventually. Next up, Rent a Girlfriend, number 7. A lot went on. I regret talking about a certain incident Because in my last manga reading log, I think I read number 6. I mean, I did, but a reoccurring thing happened. I know I said that I hate when manga series and anime series do this. Like, they'll have an incident. It looks like they didn't touch on it for a while. Like, this incident, really, really small and little, happened in volume 1. And it's reoccurred in volume 7, or rather, the topic was brought up about it. So, it really, like I said, eat my words, you know. I enjoyed it. I know this series isn't for everyone. But I can see it's getting a little spicy, as the Dark Sage would say. Like, oof. I can't wait until Volume 8. Now, once you first read this series, it will seem like it's episodic. And some of the chapters might be. I don't think it's really episodic. It comes off that way in ways, but it's really like the characters growing together, and there's a fly near my mic. Headphone warning. There we go, got it. Anyway, I wonder if the mic picked that up. Whatever. Volume 8. I think it's gonna be really good. I think we're gonna see these characters grow, or at least 2 of them, like their relationship / bond. Like, it's either gonna make it or break it, and I'm guessing it's gonna make it. Like, I have a feeling I know how their relationship is going to be by the end of the series. I won't get into it, but yeah. Next up, Chainsaw Man. Ooh, number 6 was really good. Really, really good. Actually, you know, after Volume 5 came out, I read a bit of number 6 before it had to come out, like the chapters that were going to be in it. So I had read already like half of the volume. I reread it anyway because it's fucking good. It's Chainsaw Man. And I heard that Part 2 was announced of Chainsaw Man. So I can't wait until we get all of Part 1 out so I can really experience the hype, because looking up these like panels and arts to put up in these slides, or these videos rather, I can get spoiled, and I almost got spoiled. I saw like a transformation per se, and it's like, I wonder like how that's gonna happen. Like, sure, you can see spoiler images with no context, and you'll just wonder like how the character gets to that point. I had a similar discussion with a friend the other day about like anime, like like an anime spoiler. Like, you say a character dies, and you'll wonder how the character gets there. So even though it's a spoiler, they'll watch it for the journey to see how it all plays out and unfolds. Like, you know what I mean? No? Sorry for rambling. Next up, Blood on the Tracks. Volume something. It's volume like 6, right? 6 or 5. It was really good. I fucking hate the mother. Everyone hates her. I mean, obviously, she's like the antagonist of the series. A lot was happening. And, oof. Like, especially the ending, it's like, come on, release the next volume. I want to know more, it's really nice when a series can hook you on and keep you flipping the pages. Blood on the Tracks is one of these series. Much like Chainsaw Man, it's just like sucks you in. And it was volume 5, apparently. I just looked it up. No, it was volume 6, yeah. Yeah. Artwork was great as always. Another Shuzo Oshimi series. Inside Mari is by him. I say this every time, but I can't help but praise him because he's that good, in my opinion. Again, some stuff happened. I know, I believe it was the Prom G. He was, I think he reviewed, his reading log. He said some shit, like, happened. And I was like, yeah, we've seen that, like, behavior before. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it was kind of gross. Like, I mean, obviously the mother has issues. There's not much to say about that. But I don't know how this series is going to, like, end when it does. Like, the conclusion, I can't see it. Like, how is our character, our protagonist, how is he going to awaken? If you know, you know. Next up, a girl or the girl on the shore. A girl on the shore or the girl on the shore? Okay, I was gonna put a trash can instead of this image, but I was like, why not show off some of Inio Asano's work? This, I don't know, is this a spoiler? This is something that is found on the shore, a camera, no, not a camera, but the memory drive, hard, stick, SD card was found. This is it. What was on it? Not a spoiler at all. Actually, this is where the manga got its name, The Girl on the Shore, or A Girl on the Shore. Because this is a girl on the fucking shore. This, what the fuck? Would I recommend this to anyone? No. I'd recommend you watch the Prom G's review on it. He goes a bit more in depth and describes it. Doesn't describe it, but he goes like, he talks about it a bit more than I would in a better way, other than me saying, oh, it's shit, don't watch it, don't read it, it's trash. This got a live action adaptation, actually. Believe it or not. Now, I did skip over some of the scenes. There's a lot of sex scenes in this. Especially there's one scene that's really fucking weird. I was just like, I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? And I was just, I skipped over a lot of that because I don't know how Japan allowed this. Like, I don't think an American author would get away with this, if that makes sense. But I guess America doesn't have a problem with it because, like, we sell it. I did like the character developments, though. So we have two protagonists, male and female, and their bond. Yeah. That ending, I wish it would have opened up a bit more. I don't know. I wasn't satisfied with that ending. I just want to know more. Like, what happened to, these characters. But there was a pretty cool moment in the rain. That's all I'll say. It was like, yes, you get it, you do it, fucking. It was cool. It's like almost something someone could do in real life. If like a person was pushed far enough, they would do this. Um, of course, to someone else, they might see it and go like, what the fuck? Like, no human would do this, and you know, mm, you're wrong. It was a revenge moment there. I'll say it for one of the characters. Actually, I guess there were like two revenge moments, but the story was good aside from the sex. There's a lot of that, so it was. I think I read this in one day because a lot of it, not a lot of it, but it was one of those where I felt like Inio Asano's work, like I should have put like one of the panels where you can see like the ocean and the water. Like, it was so beautiful. Like, if you know, you know. I keep saying that, but it's like, take a look at Goodnight Punpun or Osama take a look at one of those, and he's known for his backgrounds, right? I don't know how to describe it. Speaking of Goodnight Punpun, I kept putting this off because I knew I would just, breeze right through it. And I did. And I think Volume 4 doesn't get a restock until, like, October. Which sucks. But by the time this video goes up, we'll only have a month. I mean, we do basically have a month. Or a little over a month. Sometime in October it gets restocked. And I can't wait. A lot goes down in this. Some shit I did not see coming, honestly, because, I thought these, I thought a particular character was different. Like, I couldn't have seen them doing what they did. And, it's manga, it's a story. You don't expect characters to do the things they do. Same with humans, if you will. And I really, really, really want to get the rest of the series as soon as possible, but I don't think I'll get it into next year. I think I should just pre-order it, and then when it comes out, or when it's reprinted, it'll come to me. But I thought this was a good panel to show because it did happen. It did show up in the volume I read. And, look, you can see Punpun, but, Punpun's kind of like blurred out. Or blurred, and it's like focusing on his friend talking. I don't know if they're friends anymore. It's really not established, but they're friends. Let's just say that. And you can see the leaves. It's such beautiful work. It really stands out. Give it a read. If you want to know more about it, I suggest the Trash Taste podcast. They did an episode where they did 3x3s. It was recent. It was about manga. And the anime man, Joey, he talked about it. And there's a dog barking outside. But the Prom G, I think, did a review. Yeah, he did. It was like, when I wanted to know more about Punpun, I watched his review on it. Yeah. It's definitely, like, very high on my list, like, top 10 for sure. Maybe even 2 or 3. I haven't read many series, but I mean, I've read a lot, but a lot is like I haven't read to its end, if you know what I mean. Next up, Moriarty the Patriots. I liked it. I don't think I'm going to be collecting it. It's not a series I want to collect. I got the first volume, read it. The covers are very nice. It's a nice The covers are very dark, like dark colors, like I know the one I got's a maroon red, and I think they have a dark yellow one and maybe dark green or dark blue as well. It's a nice aesthetic to the volumes. If you don't know, Moriarty's the rival of Sherlock Holmes, but this is like before he meets Sherlock Holmes, I think. At least in the volume I read, the first volume, he doesn't meet Sherlock Holmes. It's interesting. It's good. It's just not for me. Next up, Kakeguri. I think it's not really something you should read. I think it's something you should watch. I know I watched the first episode of the anime, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know shit about gambling or anything. I mean, it was good. I'm not gonna collect it. Like I said, I think I might just watch it if I want to, go more into Kakeguri. The artwork was good. The main character. I don't know if you'd say the girl is the main character or the guy is. Maybe both. But the bitch right there, this says, "Let's gamble like crazy." I don't remember her name. I read a lot of these at the beginning of the month. And some of them weren't as memorable if I didn't enjoy them. Like this one. I mean, it was alright. She's kind of crazy. I don't know what the fuck her deal is. I'm assuming we'll learn more about her past, or you will if you continue, or I will if I continue. Next up, Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin. I read this, and it was good. I don't think I'll be collecting it more, or if I do, it'll be slowly. I'm not really a fan of Gundam / Mecha. Says the guy that's seen Darling in the Franxx, Code Geass, and is currently watching a Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I'm not even 10 episodes in, and it's pretty good. Like, I can see why people like that. Anyway, enough about anime right now. This series, the artwork is cool. I don't really know how to describe it. I just know it won't be for everyone. But the covers are dope. Hardcover. Yeah, there's not much to say, really. Black Torch. I finished it. It was really good. I liked how it concluded, and generally it's a nice read if you like shonen / fighting. Read it. I feel like it should get an anime adaptation. Like, it'd be a really nice short anime. I think they could wrap it up in 24 episodes, maybe 25. I don't know if this came out before Jujutsu Kaisen or around the same time, but there are definitely some elements borrowed from one of them, or like, you know what I mean? Give it a read. I highly recommend it. Like, the artwork was really cool, and especially, I did not see some of it coming, honestly. I thought some characters wouldn't be around that long. And at the end of the 5th volume, they do have a little, not an epilogue, but they have like the characters' profiles and where they went after the events at the end of volume 5. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's like, I'm happy for them. Like, there was no bad ending to any of the characters, in my opinion. Next up, Jujutsu JoJo. Sorry, they both have J's, very prominent, like, bold J's. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Volume 3. I meant to include this in my manga haul, but I forgot. I also got this at Books A Million. I think it was Books A Million. Yes, it was. I mean, again, this part, I've already seen the anime. The anime, I prefer part 4 over this. I'm not really a fan of how they've thrown away some abilities from part 2. But the artwork, Araki does good. If you are a fan of JoJo, I believe I saw this. Part 9 has been announced. It's going to be called JoJo's Land. I'm not even that far in. I haven't even read Part 8, Part 7, Part 6. I've only watched a bit of Part 5. But, you know, JoJo's not over yet. Araki's a goat. He's a fucking legend. I feel like if you've watched the anime of JoJo, then you don't really have to, like, deep dive and read the manga like that heavily. Like, the anime covers, you know, the manga well from what I've read so far and from what I've watched so far. Next up, the Quintessential Quintuplets, Volume 14. I finally picked it up, and you know, so I had the ending spoiled. I had the girl Fukun, Futuro chose. I had it spoiled for me, and initially, I mean, I'm sure a couple videos back, you'll see. Initially, when I found out, I was pretty mad. I was pretty pissed. But over time, I've sort of like, it's like whatever. Like, whatever. I mean, it will always stand. I'm not going to say the girls' names because it'll spoil, like they weren't chosen. So, it was a nice conclusion. I mean, it didn't really leave anything open. It just, it happened. Although, I think it would have been nice if they had flash forward a bit, like, towards, like, after the wedding, like, maybe, like, a couple years into the future to see how each of the quintuplets are doing. And how Futuro and, the one he chose are doing. Like, if they have any kids, like, I'd really love to see that. Like, a chapter, like, an epilogue, like, an official epilogue. Like, how each of them are doing there and then. Yeah. Satisfied. Sorta. I guess I don't really care about, who he chose now. I still think she didn't get much development, so it's like, why the fuck choose her? Like, why? Anyway. Next up, Solo Leveling Volume 2. It was really good. I loved the action in it. We got to see our character develop more. And he's a badass. He's a fucking badass. What can I say? Like, goddamn. I don't know. Like, how different is the light novel compared to the manhwa? No one's really said. I know, like, HVL manga, she prefers the light novel. Yeah. Give it a read, Of course, the covers are very... Oh my god, they're such a tease. Like, I will say, in this recent volume, we've seen something at least related to the covers. The first two covers, anyway. We've seen him finally get that item. So it's pretty cool. And I can't wait for Volume 3, honestly. It's gonna be dope. Next up. Oh, yes. Zom 100 Volume 3. I loved it. It's, like, such a good series. It's a fun little read. And this volume actually went a bit dark, if I can say that. It, of course, I mean, it has fucking zombies and people dying in it anyway. It's a zombie series. So it's not completely lighthearted, but, you know, it has these moments of comedy and whatnot. And Volume 3, you know, showed that, you know, while it can be lighthearted, it's, you know, still a fucking zombie series. It's still very, like, dark at times. And I really liked it. And I can't wait for Volume 4 to come out, honestly. It's a nice read. And it's one of those volumes, like, manga, where I almost flip through the pages, like, you know, like I dive fucking in and I just read. It's like somewhat I do that. Like, I'll read, like, a couple chapters, like maybe 3. Or I'll at least finish the storyline. And then I'll, like, take a break, and then, like, I don't normally read a full volume at a time unless, like, I'm really into it. Like Goodnight Pun Pun, for example. Well, no, there's a lot of pages in that. So, I guess, like, Gigants or Jujutsu Kaisen, I can read that, like, very fucking quick. Because I'm really into it. Or Beastars. You know, a handful of fucking examples I could give you. I recommend this. Go read it. I'm really proud of our main character. I'm saying main character. I don't really remember his name or any of their names. But I do know, like, who they are, what they look like, and stuff. I'm not good with names unless, you know, something stands out about you. While while things do stand out about these characters, you know, maybe I'll make a reminder for myself, like a list of characters and their names in each series. But we'll see. Volume 4? I've already seen, like, a sneak peek at Volume 4. Not really. I was looking for a good panel to show. And this is a panel from Volume 1. Or maybe Volume 2. And I saw a panel that's probably going to be in Volume 4, judging on where the characters are going or where the destination is. Yeah. Next up, I've been reading Seraph of the End. Well, I started collecting it before I even started doing videos, if I'm correct. But I recently got number 3. And then I got number 4. Or maybe I got number 4 recently. It doesn't matter. Regardless, I read number 4. And I finally saw something from... I've seen a clip of this, what happened in the manga. I've seen it in the anime. A tiny clip. And I was like, oh, so this is when it happens. It was really cool, and I can't wait to see, like, this ability develop. This isn't a panel. You can see someone made this. It's Yuichiro, or Yu as they call him. I will be reading. I don't know. I got 5, 6, and 7. I probably we'll see, like, how fast I read. Like, if any of the volumes I have suck me in, that'll determine how fast I get to those. I mean, they're not... Oh, they're actually next up on my pile after a one-shot I'm about to read. So, I will get to them at the beginning of next month. I'm really loving the story. It gives me, like, Tokyo Ghoul vibes. Sorta. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It just highly, like you are half something. If that makes sense. You're not fully human. Anyway. Mashal. I read the first volume. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, it had its comedic moments, but it really felt like it was trying to copy a Mob Psycho 100 or the comedic bits in One Punch Man. So I'm not really a fan of it. I believe I heard that the manga creator who made this manga was inspired by others, and he was obviously inspired, or she, I don't know, the gender of the author, mangaka. They also like Harry Potter. Like there was a fucking a chapter where an activity was done, or like a lot of these activities were copied, like straight out of Harry Potter. Just put your own characters into that situation. So I wasn't really the biggest fan. I probably won't read it anymore. If I do, it'll be on the Shonen Jump app. You should look it up. You know, at least to read what it's about, or I could tell you right now. Basically, this guy right here, Mashal, has no magic, and basically everyone else in the world has fucking magic. So he's gonna use his pure strength and prove everyone in the magic world wrong. Show that he doesn't need magic to be a fucking strong boy. Basically. That was a horrible explanation, but basically it. Next. The Breaker. I got recommended this. Well, I was gonna get it anyway. I was gonna get it, and then I saw it was on pre-order, so I didn't add it to my cart. Like a month ago, or earlier this month. I think last month, actually. But then, again, I saw the Trash Taste podcast, and their 3x3s, Garnt or Giguk, he had this there. So I got it, and I love it. The artwork is incredible. The story is great so far, and I want Volume 2 to come out. It's actually, there are 2-in-1 omnibuses. I was reading the back because I got like halfway through this, and it said Volume 2. And I was like, oh, it's an omnibus. Weird. So I went and I looked, and it said omnibus. It's a South Korean manga, not manhwa. I didn't know someone could create manga from a different country, but I know like Foreigner World or something. Forever. I'm always shitty with his name. But I know he made a manga. And he's American, I think. So anyway, it was good. It was a great read. It's one of those stories where you will see the character grow, or the characters, and you will not be disappointed. Like, I'm excited for Volume 2. I feel like, Volume 2. I'm excited for it to come out, and I'm gonna get it when it does. Because it's gonna be really cool to see this character grow. And it's really in detail about the fighting. You don't get that much anymore. Normally it's like, I mean, it is like that a little bit, but yeah. And we start to learn a bit more about, well, there are two main characters. I would just say teacher and student, because basically what they are. The teacher, we're learning more about his past, so that's pretty cool. And I can't wait until he starts teaching his student. That sounds lame, but it's really nice. You should look up a description, or like I said, go to the Trash Taste podcast and go to where Giga was talking about this in the 3x3 one, which came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago, or something like that. Really great. Next up, Bakuman. I got the first volume. I got the second volume. I'm currently reading the second volume, actually. I don't know if I'll finish it before this month ends, but the cashier at Barnes & Noble likes the series. I was going to get it regardless. I mean, I found an interest in this because it's by the team that did Death Note, and it's very nice seeing this. Like, you can really see how the characters develop their friendship and whatnot. This panel does not spoil anything. I don't even know who this character is. Are they even a character, or is it like a funny bit? It's clearly mangaka, mangaka. Working themselves to exhaustion, which is sort of related to the series. The series is about two middle schoolers. They're 14 anyway. And they want to become manga creators, mangakas. One does art, one does story. They want to make a team similar to the team that's actually made this manga series and Death Note and Platinum End. And, you know, we're seeing their journey, you know, if they can actually officially become this. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's not like one of those series that has got me like hooked in. Like, I'm not flipping through the pages fast, but I'm reading it like 2 chapters at a time and then taking a break. Because it's so, like, I'm really into the story. I mean, same with everything else I flip through, like, so quick. But this is somewhat different. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I'm paying attention. Because, after each chapter, they show, like, a panel or a storyboard for a page or two in the chapter. They show, like, the process, like, how it looks on the storyboard, like the first rough draft, and then second, and then the final. Or maybe there's another one before the final, but it's really cool to see the process. And this shows us also how, like, manga is created. Like, how do you, like, get into the business, like, if you wanted to do manga? How would you do it? How would you go about it? And it's just really cool, like, an inside look. It even says on the back of the volume about how it's an inside look. I recommend it. Go read it. That's about it. That's what I read this month. I might finish Volume 2. And if I finish Volume 2, I got Inio Asano's Downfall. And if it's a series that really hooks me in, like Goodnight Pun Pun, then it's not really a series. It's a one-shot. If it hooks me in like Goodnight Pun Pun, then this might be done before the end of the month. I doubt it. But if I do finish it before the end of the month, I will include it in next month's reading log. Or maybe I'll do a review if I like it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really good with manga reviews. Because fucking Drifting Classroom, I went fucking overboard on that. And that was over an hour long. Never again. This is probably like 40 minutes or whatever, but I didn't think I'd be able to finish this video because I didn't know how much time I would have. But thank you for watching if you made it this far, and that's about it. You know, have a good day, life, whatever. See ya.